If you currently have higher body fat than you want, maybe around the chest, moobs, lower back, but you're still lacking muscle in those key areas like chest and arms, and you're desperately trying to fix this, then this video is for you. Now, what I want to do in this video is be very blunt, to the point, and there are 3 things that you need to fix skinny fat. No jargon, no wishy-washy buzzwords. Let's just get straight to the point. Number 1, the most important thing is mastering your energy balance. And to make that even simpler, this just means getting your calories right. Now, before you click off the video thinking, oh, I already know that, mate, and it's kind of silly for me to put it first because it is the most boring thing, nothing will change unless you get that right. And what I mean by that, to elaborate on this, is if your calories are in a massive deficit, because if you're thinking I need to lose weight, let's do a bunch of cardio, let's go on a diet. If your calories are in a massive calorie deficit, you will lose muscle as well. You will get skinnier, you will not keep any muscle, and then you'll panic and feel small, and you might think to yourself, well, shit, I'll get myself onto a bulk. And then if the calories are too high and they're over your maintenance, which means you're in a surplus, and you might gain a little bit of muscle, but you're probably going to start to gain more body fat. And if you have body fat at the start that you dislike, it's certainly going to grow and annoy you the whole time. Then obviously a bulk is not going to be preferable. So you're in this kind of purgatory of, do you cut, do you bulk, and you're not sure what to do. That's why you need to master your energy balance, and we need to aim for a small calorie deficit. Now, to work this out properly, I always make sure I provide things in my videos so that it's actually tangible, you can actually follow it. Download this nutritional blueprint. That will show you how to work out your calories. Nothing magical, you know, it's not, oh my God, a super systematic fat loss shred program like people just make up silly things out. It's just going to show you how to work out your calories, what macros to set, and how to adjust them specifically for skinny fat. It's free, it's in the bio, go and grab that. Work out your calories, slight calorie deficit, so it's definitive, so we're definitely in a deficit, we're going to be losing body fat, but because it's not too low too soon, you won't start to lose performance, strength, and of course then muscle. That is absolute paramount. And the way to do this, let's be practical about this, you either got to track your calories so you're actually hitting that number and it's accurate every single day, which I would absolutely recommend. That's how I was able to go from being stuck skinny fat for 6 years and then changing it in around 9 months. It's very, very important you get those numbers right. And I get all of my clients to track their food and I will review it weekly to make sure it's correct. If you take that out of the equation, if you don't put this as the first step, it doesn't matter how well you train, what system you follow, if you're doing keto, carnivore, fasting, it doesn't matter. If those calories aren't right and the protein isn't where it should be, you're not going to lose fat and you're not necessarily going to gain muscle. Very, very important. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, we need to make sure we're overloading for muscle retention. So again, if you're trying to lose body fat and you think, right, treadmills, high rocks, star jumps, lunges, Stairmaster, some weird stuff you find on Instagram, it's not definitive. It's not necessarily goal and purpose driven. So it's still good. I'm not saying don't do cardio and don't do these things, but if you're trying to lose body fat and keep muscle, you need to overload your muscles in a way that gives them a reason to stick around. So if you eat less food, and you start lifting light weights and doing star jumps, you're really not likely to be gaining much muscle during that phase. And if you've previously done a bulk and you're trying to keep muscle, what builds muscle tends to keep it. So if you go lighter, you're going to start to lose muscle. And this is a mistake that I made. I went on a bulk, I got a little bit chunky and I gained a little bit of muscle and I went onto a cut and I quite literally went right back to like factory settings. I was fuming. And I dropped my calories too low too soon, which is why I said that's the first thing. And then secondly, I did loads of cardio and I started lifting light weights to tone up and it just didn't really work. So the way around this is you want to focus for strength gains or strength retention. So aim for 5x5 systems, adding reps and weight to your main compound lifts like bench, squats, deadlifts. If you're not confident with those kind of movements, you can do that on machines. Whatever your current workout routine is in the gym at the moment with resistance training, focus on keeping the reps and weights as high as you can confidently. And if you don't have a routine, follow something very simple like pull, push, legs, upper body, lower body. The best workout plan truly is the one you can stick to long enough and keep it simple so you can definitively overload it. I get my clients to track their workouts in an app and then I review it each week and say, hey, add some reps or add some weight or tweak the form or whatever might need to be adjusted at the time. Keep it simple, track it on a notepad. You know, bench press, I did 3 sets of 8 with 80 kg. Cool, aim for 10 reps. Cool, I did it. Go up to 85. It's really simple. Just overload for muscle retention. Now, thirdly, and I should have done one of those clickbaity things at the beginning, like, oh, this is the most important step, because obviously the calories are. This is psychology and momentum. This is why most people are skinny fat in the first place. We all know what to do. You're probably watching this video going, well, yeah, calories and training, bro. I know, yeah, whatever. Everyone knows that. Big word, massive revelation. But what gets overlooked the most is the habits, is the daily structure, your environment. I have clients join, they know what to do, they've been training for 10 years, they know how to track their calories, they know how to train properly. Some of them had personal trainers in the past, but they're still skinny fat, and they work with me and they say, don't know where I'm going wrong. So we track their food, we track their workouts, and then the weekend, right? The weekend comes along, they drink loads of beer, they have loads of cakes, they go and see their nan and they get fed too much, right? They go to Nando's, they go and have a few beers, they go to a food festival, they go on holiday. Either way, there's something that's going to get in the way of your momentum to get the results that you want. People forget to look at their environment and see if it's serving them or harming them. If I don't prep my clothes for the workouts that I need to do, if I don't prep my food so it's done and ready ahead of time, or plan ahead my food, or at least put on my to-do list that tomorrow I'm going to track my calories and go to the gym, I'll probably get distracted because life is busy. Things get in the way. This is why people fall off. You might go to the gym 2, 3, 4 days a week, feel really good about it. The weekend comes along, you get distracted by your friends and family that aren't on the same journey as you. It gets to Monday, you're busy with work, you're busy with studies, and you just kind of reset and wait till the next convenient time where you feel motivated. And that is where most people go wrong. I've had clients genuinely come to me purely because they need help with managing their habits, their structure, their mentality, and staying focused. So the best way to do this is I like to refer to it as momentum. If you take one step, which way is it going? If you go out for a beer with your mates, you're going backward momentum, right? And if that carries on, because you can be flexible, but if that carries on and it happens every single week, then you're building momentum in the wrong direction and then you eventually quit. Or are you prepping your food so it's a little bit easier on Monday morning when you have to eat the boring stuff, okay? Or have you planned your workouts for the week so that it's easy to know when you're going at what time so things don't get in the way? That's a momentum step in the right direction. And the more you do that, guess what? It gets easier and easier. And then you've got the momentum in the right direction. And of course, the psychological side of things is, what's going to happen is eventually it's going to get hard. It's going to get boring. It's going to get tedious. You might get plateaus. You might start to doubt yourself. It might get boring because it will. It is boring. Getting in shape is boring. If you think it's going to be fun, new, and exciting all the time, then you're going to keep quitting as soon as it becomes a bit more boring, okay? Mentally managing that and building momentum in the right direction and just understanding it is a long journey, it is a bit of a faff, it is a bit boring, you're going to have to say no to things sometimes. Understanding that right off the get-go will set you up for success. So those are the 3 things. Manage your food, overload in the gym, particularly for keeping muscle and making sure that your calories are supporting that, and then make sure that your environment and your momentum and your habits are building capacity for you to do better, not worse. Hopefully this helps. If you need a little bit more specific help with skinny fat, there's probably a video somewhere else. Make sure you grab your nutritional blueprint and comment banana for the algorithm. I normally get people comment apple, but let's put some bananas in there, boys.